Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to Ancient Knowledge 144, Twin Flames 144. We're so glad to have you. This is another segment in our series of divinely channeled custom spreads, and that's what this is ultimately going to be. However, this introduction is to let you know how this whole spread came about. This is a series that we've titled Ascended Masters Speak. I do these divinely channeled spreads as I'm called to do them. And the one today, I was asked to grab a deck of cards that were archetypal. Okay, because I'm going to be asking guides, if you will, to come forward with personal messages, with personal custom spreads that they want to share with you. I was asked to use the Ascended Masters deck, which is the one that was created by Doreen Virtue, because the guides that wish to come forward today are Ascended Masters. Now, we're going to go ahead and shuffle this deck a little bit. I don't know how many cards we're pulling. I don't know if it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I don't know. So, let's see here. Okay, it looks like we have 4 that want to come forward, as I've had 4 of them try to pop out here, and I'm just going to pull them up in the orders that they've stuck up out of the deck. All right, we have Artistic Expression, Paul the Venetian, Let It Go, Kuan Yin, Nurture Yourself, Mother Mary, and the proverbial father, husband, brother, son, Osiris. Well, that's a motley crew. All right, guys. Now, next step is I'm going to simply quiet my mind momentarily and ask what it is that they want to bring forward to you today. Okay, great. I've been asked to select another Oracle deck. And by the way, this first deck is also, I mentioned archetypal. You could be using Archangel cards. You could be using a variety. Heck, you could use a traditional deck if you choose. But just know that you're identifying guides stepping forward to deliver a message. So it needs to be some card that you can designate identity to automatically within yourself when they're laid out. I'm being told also that they do preferably need to be Oracle cards, as well as the second deck I'm grabbing, which we're going to see if these are okay, and they seem to be. Wonderful. We have the Oracle of 7 Energies by Collette Baron-Reid. So we're going to use those cards as well. And as I'm speaking to you, I am being told by them to lay 4 cards at the bottom of my work area here, below the 4 above. Well, this is getting fun, so we'll see if we have anybody that wants to pop out. All right, it looks like under Paul the Venetian, we have the Divine Matrix. I'll scooch that up just a little bit for now. Eyes wide open. And by the way, folks, I was told just to pull off the top 4 after I got shuffling. So I'm just pulling the top 4 cards. Spirit of Gratitude. Willing Release. Okay, now what are we doing with this, guys? So we know who's stepping forward, and I'm being told that these 4 cards below each of the Ascended Masters represents the overall message that they want to give today. Now, I still don't know what it is that I don't know what the spread is yet. So give me just a minute. Ah, interesting. Okay. All right, folks. Here's what I'm being told. These 4 cards represent the overall message that each one of the masters want to give you today. However, the actual reader spread, they say, is what they want to be called an Elements Energy custom read. Okay. And that the spread would be able to be used for any period of time. It can be a daily read. It could be a weekly read, a monthly read, whatever it is that suits your purposes at the time. But here's how it works. Paul the Venetian would like to be in charge of the fire signs, Kuan Yin of the water, Mother Mary of the air signs, and Osiris of the earth signs. And what we are going to do is lay out a couple of cards for each category of elements. And again, that's fire, water, air, earth, in that order. And then we are going to have a card that ties the one to the next so that we have some fluidity in the reading from one category of elements to another. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. What would you like me to use? It sounds like we're going to want to use tarot, and then we'll see what our first actual reading with this custom spread is going to be. I have chosen, with approval, the Wildwood Tarot. I'm also told to lay these cards down for now, face down, just to get the layout. This first card, and let's scoot you over just a little bit. I'm going to scoot everybody over for the sake of visibility here. The first card is coming from the ethereal fifth element into our first element of the flame, the fire, the spark. These two cards will represent that fire energy, the message of for the fire energies for the three different signs. This is our connectivity card to what's next, which is the water signs under Kuan Yin, excuse me. Both very motherly energies, by the way, but we'll get into that later. Then this would be for the collective water signs. This card will connect us then to our air signs. And this is for those air signs as they connect into the earth signs. And then we have two cards for the earth signs with a card going back into the ethereal. You can almost see a wraparound loop. All right, so it looks like this would be the layout. This is the actual custom layout using an oracle deck that can bring forth energetic identities of guides, whether they range from archangels to spirits passed on to ascended masters, etc. This particular is Ascended Masters Speak, followed by an oracle deck laid on the bottom to kind of give an overall energy of what each master wants to bring through, followed by a layout such as this, which we will get into in just a minute when we turn these cards over and actually do our first reading, which I am told will be an October energy reading, elements energy custom spread. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's exciting. So we have a custom spread here. You saw exactly how that came about. You guys walked through this with me. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and check out what our October read is. Back to Ancient Knowledge 144, Twin Flames 144. For those of you that have been following this series here, we have a 3-part series going. This is part 3. Then you know we are at the part where we're actually going to do the reading for October 2021. Elementals custom energy spread that was just recently given to us. For those of you that are just joining us, you may be saying to yourself, what are they talking about right now? If you would like to check out the first 2 parts of this 3-part segment, Ascended Masters Speak. And part 1 is, would the Ascended Masters please step up? And part 2 is the Elementals Custom Energy Spread, brought to you by a few of our Ascended Masters. And then now, of course, we are actually giving a custom spread for October 2021. If you do need, back information on this, please consult those other videos. We'll try to link those below. Also, if you have any questions or if there's any confusion, if there is something that you are enjoying about these readings and something that you're not, please feel free to comment. In fact, we'd love to hear your comments. So without any further ado, this is our first custom elemental custom energy read for the month of October, and that's this year, 2021. Unless specified to do so, I do not read upside down. Okay, so I'm just, if anything is upside down, it's going to be read, turned around and read right side up, unless Spirit tells me, hey, psst, you're going to read upside down in this reading. And I got to tell you, it doesn't happen very often. It happens, but not very often. So we have the first card leading us from our ethereal into fire. It's the initiating the big idea, the inspiration. It is, well, it's the fire, right? It's the spark. And so we start out right away with the king, basically, of inspiration. Okay, we're looking at, look at this adder in these particular cards. And these particular cards, I think we forgot to introduce. We will real quick. It is the Wildwood Tarot. I'll hold it this way for you, even though the reading is read the other direction. So this card is coming out of the ethereal, going right into our flame, our spark, given to us by Paul the Venetian. King of bows, or look at all these adder snakes. Now, these are ideas, right? These are things coming out of that ether into the flame. We then have, I will turn him around and turn this one around, and we'll go ahead and turn this one around. Now, it looks like we have a Six of Vessels reunion, 20, the Great Bear. Okay, so the Six of Vessels reunion, this is great happiness. This is pleasure. This is joy. This is within one's emotion and relationships. This is a very beautiful and abundant and joyous card. It's followed up by what in a traditional deck would be the world, the eon, if you will, represented by the Great Bear. And see, we have another bear here too. This is the Queen of Stones, which is going to be equivalent to like Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles, connecting on to our water sign. So, but notice how this bear is on all fours. This one seems to be standing on 2 feet. That's just calling to me that the inspiration given and what came from the ethers and from the spark and the flames, bringing great joy, but also great change, an ending of one time, entering into another time, entering into another experience. And I find it interesting, again, this bear, on her, I see a mother bear. She's coming out of hibernation, right? Hibernation. On all fours, but this bear seems to be stepping into the new world on 2 legs. I find that interesting. Beautiful. Okay, let's step on to, and remember, this is also stones, which is equivalent to earth or pentacles, represented by Osiris there on the end. So I'm seeing very quickly that how something has been inspired within you, some great work, some great idea, some great project, some great inspiration, right? And it's moving into action. As a matter of fact, stepping from all fours onto 2 hind legs. We have then underneath Kuan Yin, let it go. Kuan Yin is asked to represent the water signs today. Page of Earth or Lynx. And then we also have, and let's turn this around, 8 of Vessels, or the equivalency of the 8 of Cups, 8 of Water, is relinquishing control and letting go. Transformation. And I believe that's what we're supposed to get out of this. That Queen of Stones, or Queen of Earth, if you will, that's stepping into from the fire sign to the water sign. The mother of growth and vigorous stamina. Stability and secure foundation for the family. So Mama Bear, and I felt that was Mama Bear. Plus we go into Kuan Yin here, and then of course Mother Mary, who is representing the air signs. This mother energy. Now the Page of Stones and the 8 of Vessels. To me, this 8 of Vessels, this 8 of Cups, is actually, at least in this particular reading, representing letting go. And the transformation aspect, that positive aspect of the 8 of Cups. Destruction of the form. Nullification of values. So, in a way, walking away. And you may very well be walking away from 3D realities. Whether it be work, career, friends, family, love, your belief systems, whatever, you're walking away, and you're walking away from something that in the past you would not have walked away from, but you've grown, right? Page of Earth that links is also the Son of Agriculture, according to Crowley. And I'm going to go with that here as well, because this is where nature is coming in to make a play. Concentration and endurance, perseverance, stabilization through work. So this is a time, this is saying that you're going to need to be putting in some work, this page of stones. Then we have, and I'm just going to turn this way, the Six of Bows abundance, or what would be equivalent to the Six of Wands. The Page of Vessels, or what would be the Page of Cups or water. I believe we had this here. Yes, okay. Seven of Arrows, insecurity. And let's go ahead and turn over 10 of Vessels, happiness. Well, of course, we love to see that, don't we? So as we go from Kuan Yin and the Chinese quote-unquote version, if you will, of the mother, of the letting go, feminine, mother, nurturing energy. I mean, I can't help it, but I see let it go and I see let it be. Well, either way, it's that motherly, nurturing energy of there will be an answer, let it be, let it go. Right? You focus on what you need to focus on and let it be, let it go, let it go, let it be. So we are leaving Kuan Yin's water energy, okay, and the messages she left us here to the Six of Bows or abundance. Six of Wands, success, victory, and yes, abundance. So we're bringing this more now, the spark of inspiration, the heart check that we've done with our water, like possibly walking away from something. And when I say that, it's probably something quite lucrative, but not fulfilling of the heart. See, you've come to a point with the Eight of Vessels or the Eight of Cups or the Eight of Water, that you're able to walk away from that which you might not have of in the past, simply because maybe of your more 3D thinking, material, third dimensional world thinking, based on belief systems, based on upbringing, based on, oh my goodness, so many different things, past lives, even all these things coming into play. You're walking away. You've recognized you're going through an awakening and awareness, an ascension process that allows you to become aware of people, places, things, energies around you that you hadn't been really aware of in the past. So then we jump right into Mother Mary. See, and this was difficult for me because both Kuan Yin and Mother Mary honestly represent water for me. But I saw very clearly when Mother Mary stepped up and said she wanted to take air. I kind of saw, okay, I kind of feel like what's going on here is taking that from the heart, from the inspiration, from the gut check, and putting it more into the mental clarity aspects of being what is good is under actually swords, air, action. And so it's, yes, is it nurture yourself? Is it Mother Mary, let it be? It absolutely is, but that's once you've taken action. Now, the Seven of Arrows or swords is insecurity. I also see it as possibly an unmasking of that which is real. We were just talking about, like over here, where you're able to see things differently than you had previously in your life for whatever reason, right? An awareness. Well, I'm kind of seeing that awareness is exposing others. This can also be exposure of yourself. And sometimes it is that. For me, in this particular reading, it's of others. It's, I actually believe Mother Mary's letting you know here that some injustices have been done you. It is not gone without the divine being perfectly aware, as nothing gets by the divine? Nothing. Page of Vessels represents that sun of emotions, is the sun of transformation. The sun of transformation. That's really entangled with emotions and feelings and senses and realities and belief systems. It's all tangled up. And this prince is self-sacrificing, devoted, almost like the proverbial crucifixion returning to the Father. Okay? So, you know, you've done your works is kind of what I'm seeing in this message here from Mother Mary. You've done your works. Continue to do your works. Do not doubt yourself. Know that justice and truth will be known. Great transformation is going on within you. It's going to bring great happiness and joy. And this is in all ways. I would prefer to have the 10 of Vessels than the 10 of Pentacles. Now, not that I am in any way devaluing the 10 of Pentacles. But the 10 of Vessels or cups or hearts or water, to me, is a fulfillment in all ways, always. So it includes finances, it includes the material, but it also includes family, friends, joy, whatever brings you joy, your work, your art, your creations, your projects, your finances, your family, your friends, your environment, everything. Wow, that's beautiful. And that's what connects to Osiris representing, so the proverbial father, son, brother, husband. The king of the underworld, of death, right? But also the representative of the earth, okay, of the material. Where does that inspiration, when inspired, re-inspired or confirmed, if you will, with the heart and then manifested and produced within the mind, what does it actually produce within your reality, right? And this is the position that Osiris has taken. We have the Four of Bows celebration that is similar to the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, right? We have higher arcana coming out a little bit. We have number 9, the hooded man as seen here, which is the hermit traditionally. Number 9, hermit. Of course, the Four of Bows celebration, traditionally a Four of Wands or fire. And this, oh wow, and we also have the ancestor who is equivalent to the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is who is going back into the ethers, if you will. Okay? Going into the ethers, coming out of the ethers, going into the ethers. We see a direct line, although there is a message from each ascended master for each section of elementals, right? Ultimately, Paul wanting us to recognize the divine matrix, which is the synchronicity of everything. And I know everyone has begun, if not just begun, for many years, recognizing synchronicities. Okay? But understanding that there is a divine matrix. Let it be. Let it go. The ears wide open underneath Quanlin, especially as she is also deemed to be the one who hears all of the sorrows, all of the cries, all of the injustices and pains and disadvantages of the entire world. She hears those. It's also a suggestion to you to open up your ears and shut your mouth. Open your ears and listen and truly take in your environment and those around you. There may be something in it waiting there, especially for you. Mother Mary being nurture yourself. Right? Being the air sign, but she reminds you, spirit of gratitude. Be grateful for that which you do have. What you focus on. Mother Mary's stepping into the realm of the mental again here. Law of attraction type of thing. Now, we understand the law of attraction does not work with only mental clarity. This part here has to be done as well. Hence the reason to go ahead and start with the inspiration, do the heart check, then bring it into mental clarity and kind of put it all together. So, but Mother Mary's basically saying what you focus on is what manifests. You know, it is what it is. And if we worry about it and focus on it and put a lot of energy towards the negative or towards the, I hope that doesn't happen, then we may just bring about that we hope it doesn't happen, as opposed to focusing on, I want that to happen and that to happen. I want us to have enough money to pay X, Y, Z. I want to, I want to be focusing on whatever that brings me great joy every day, right? So that's the message I'm kind of getting from Mother Mary here. And then from Osiris, great celebration. 4 of Wands is also a card of foundation. Okay, a card of foundation, like the 4 corners have been filled in, right? All 4 corners. And so, and let me take just another look. The Hooded Man, or the Hermit, is the number 9 card. Remember, the Hermit has that light in front of, proverbially, him, asking to be guided, right? And this is, I think, the best thing we can do is stay in, this is also introspections. It's also kind of withdrawing inward, withdrawing into your home, into yourself, that type of thing. And I don't think that's bad necessarily. But with the 4 of Bows and the Hooded Man, and then the Hierophant, going back into the ethers, which is your ancestors, which oftentimes stands for traditional. I'm actually not getting traditional off of this. In fact, I'm getting is to not be traditional, to actually be discerning in those built-in structures in which we find ourselves living in. The great matrix of which up till recently, 3rd dimensional worlds have resided in, our belief systems on this planet, our governmental systems, our, whether it be in politics, whether it be in actual programs, our, just taking a look at our parties in politics, our educational, medical system, all of it, and the structure, and being able to see through that thing. First of all, recognizing that you are living within that illusion is an amazing thing to do, right? So this is really, really amazing. I'm thinking there is going to be time for reflection here, but it looks to me like great abundance in this reading. I'm just going to say the whole reading seems of great abundance. If the elements as well kind of take a look at where they're at and then how they kind of play into each other. But really beautiful reading for all elementals for the month of October 2021. And again, if you're curious how we got here, what this reading is, or how it came about, please see parts 1 and 2 to this 3-part segment, Ascended Masters Speak. Love you so much. See you next time. Bye.